We're going to talk about how to create, a simple pathway for your email sequence. So people, when they're like, "Oh my God, I love this! I'm getting value," or whatever, then they can turn around and get on your email list and then get nurtured to become just contacts to connections, community, ultimately to customers. But first, y'all know what we got to do. We got to bring in the Zoom. So let's do it right now. Y'all ready? Bringing in the Zoom. Bringing in the Zoom. Bringing in the Zoom. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. The Zoom is in. We're in. We're on. Hello, y'all ready? Well, good morning, good evening, what do, how you, who, grand rising too. I am the sound of money in your ear, dollar Avant. That's the O-double-O. I'm often imitated, never duplicated. They call me the $1 billion baby, aka the bitch queen, aka the people's coach, aka Coach Dollar Bill. You are in the dollhouse. This is the home of the OGs. We are getting off the financial grid. I don't know what you heard, ask somebody, call somebody if you know what I'm talking about. It don't matter if you don't. But we're getting off the financial grid and we're moving into a place where we can be all right. And we're doing that on our own time and our own terms in these entrepreneurial streets. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thursday we do a double header, so I'm gonna try to be efficient with my time. I'm already behind time, but I'm gonna be efficient with my time. I am a Black woman. There's less than 100 Black women who have raised more than $1 million in outside venture capital for a technology company. I'm one of those 100, and so I'm here to help you escape the matrix. That's what I do. That's what I'm here to do. So if you're about this life, welcome, 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 welcome. Um, if you're brilliant, if you don't have time to play these games, you tired of people playing in your face, you tired of being in the corporate whatever dot dot dot, fill in the blanks. I'm here to help you get off the matrix, get off, escape the, there we go, escape whatever is happening out here so you can be all right in these entrepreneurial streets. So we're breaking up with our old identity. We're burning the bridges. We're learning how to get paid to exist. And we're learning how to keep calm, CALM, in the midst of global financial reset. Because this is the great escape. So, what is CALM? CALM. I need you to get some cash flow so you can purchase some assets, not USD. We're not leaving all of our money, our whole life in a regular bank. We're not doing that, y'all. We're going to be ahead of this game. And we're going to do what we need to do and move that cash flow into some assets. So then we can leverage those assets so that we can purchase whatever we need to do, financial instruments, whatever we need to do. So we can move out of the way and be okay in what's coming in these entrepreneurial streets. If you're with this, if you're about this life, this is the great escape. Our ancestors, they did the great migration from 1910s to 1970s. They moved out of the South, they moved up north, they moved to the West. Amazing, beautiful. We love this for all of our ancestors. We fast forward to now, they did the great migration. We're doing the great escape. And listen, y'all, we all we got, but it's fine because that's all we need. So if you're about this life, let's go. Let's go. So put something in the chat if you want to talk about something that I'm not gonna bring up right now. Let me know. Go ahead and pull it up. But I'm on a mission, a singular mission, to make sure that everybody here has what they need to be all right in these entrepreneurial streets. It's not easy because everybody's not ready. Everybody's not ready for the fact that it's not the end of the world. And at the love of my life, he checked me the other day. He was basically saying, he's like, You keep saying it's the end of the world. And I was like, no, I didn't say it was the end of the world. I said it's the end of the world as we know it, da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, true. But also, he was like, stop saying it's the end of the world. He was like, it's more like the end of their system. So I want to communicate that to you. Their system is failing. Their system is glitching. And now they're going to have to figure it out because everything they built on our backs is crumbling. So the question is, what are you going to do to be okay in this time of transition, in this time of, it never was like this before. Never would have made it. We're living in times that we never would have existed in before, but we're here now. So the question becomes, what are you going to do with all of what's going on? Are you going to do something to make it okay for you and your family, or are you just going to sit here and watch it, or whatever? I don't know. I don't know what you're finna do, but what I would suggest to you is to take this seriously and to start moving differently, if you will. So part of that is learning how to talk to humans, how to show up, in real time, have a real conversation with real people. And I actually teach you that here in the dollhouse. Then, if you get that part right, it's so many things open on my computer. Hold on. There we go. If you get that part right, then you have to go from I just had a conversation with you to the what happens next. And that's what I want to talk about today. It is how we land people after they've talked to us for a couple of minutes. And now it's like, nope, not only have you talked to me right now, but you're going to continue to have an experience with me after this conversation. And that is what our email list, for the sake of this example, is going to be for people. Okay. If you're ready, let's get into it. So, most entrepreneurs, let's say you have, sign my newsletter or da, 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 you have that on your website. Most people, if I sign up, it leads to nothing. There's nothing on the back side of that. But somebody told you that you needed to capture people's emails or whatever. So you have it on your website, but it doesn't go anywhere. And we got to change that today, if that's all right. Most people treat welcome emails like a first date, and where they never imagine going on a first date and the person you're talking to never stops talking about themselves. So they're just like blah 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 and da 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 da. And this is what I want to say, and this is what because I remember that time when the blah 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 blah. But you just met this person now. I don't know you, and they just talking, talking, talking. So you have no empathy, no connection, no curiosity, no warmth, none of that. They're just like, this is what I think. Da, 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 da. That's what most of y'all businesses and websites sound like. You start talking about you immediately. I land on your page, I click a link or whatever, and it's about you. Here's my background. Here's my mission. Here's my offer. Here's my program. This is why I'm great. This is why I'm hot. Hey, this is why I'm hot. Hey, this is why. This is why. This is why I'm hot. All of that. So, your first impression that you make with people doesn't create a connection that makes them want to take another action with you. So that's what's going on with your landing page. Then think about this. I put my email in to your list because I want something that you offered me or whatever. But still nothing happens after that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a little button on your page or something like that. And then ain't nobody checking for you for real. Like, not for real. It's like, okay, yay, question mark, but not for real. They're not checking for you. And so you get in there and nothing happens. Like, Hold on. Now my screen is frozen. Hold on. Okay, I gotta log out and log back in. Let me see, can this work? If I go on my phone, let me see what happens. Because it's frozen. I gotta reboot my computer. Let me see what's gonna happen right now. I don't know. So everything is totally frozen. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna switch devices or something. Hold on. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it's still working. Just y'all give me a second. Hold on. There we go. Oh, they're still there. Okay, boom, we're back. Apologize, guys. I apologize. So here's my point. If you want to be somebody, want to go somewhere and get some money and get out the way, we have to be very intentional about how we're showing up for the audience that you've selected. The people who are you trying to serve? What are you trying to do for real? It's not for everybody. It's for those that you specifically are uniquely positioned to help and solve their problem, right? So who is that for you? Where are those people? How many of them have you talked to? And then what are the patterns that we've learned from talking to those people? That's what I need y'all to figure out, okay? In this day and time. So boom. Okay, we're back. Okay. And somebody else coming in. Boom. So this is what I want to do for y'all on today. We want to tap into the system that we've been building over this past week and get you to a point where you know exactly how you want to show up, how you want to talk to people, how you want to engage them, and if they get on your email list, what do you say after that? Today, I'm going to give you the answer for that, if that's cool. So let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Can I pull this up for y'all? Here we go. So you do all this work. You posting, you're doing the things. I'm sounding like I need to sound. I'm being authentic. I got a hook, blah, 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 blah. So people are like, ooh, I would like to know more information, please. Let me know where I can sign up for that, please, or whatever. People are raising their hand. They want to get off of the social media platform and get to something that you own and control. But if you don't build that audience or that experience out, you're still gonna have problems. That's fair. That's fair enough, right? Or maybe they sign up for something. You're like, oh, get this free guide. Da 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 da. Put your email right here, and then you'll get an email to download the thing. Maybe they were able to download it, but what is that welcome email doing? If you're not building relationship with people, what happens after that? It could be nothing. And here's the problem. Most welcome emails talk about the brand, but not your customer, not the person you're talking to. They talk about you instead of them. Go look at your landing page right now. Look at every piece of content you have right now. First paragraph, the first section. Is it about you or about them? It needs to be about them. Okay. Trust is built when you make it about them first. So I hope that's fair, and I hope people can kind of accept that mantle, that responsibility. Okay. So then we're going to show people, I'm going to show you today how to build intentionally, encode it into your systems, your email, all the things, to where people feel acknowledged, included, and seen, and all of that, so that they want to take an action with you, which is mobilize or mobilization. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's say you've been doing everything I talked about these past couple weeks. Let's say you've been showing up on social media, you've been doing the thing, everything's working. It's working. Oh my God. People love it. They're saving it, they're watching it, they're viewing it. Da, 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 da. Let's say that's happening right now. My question is, and then what? What happens next after that? Because the problem is this, and nobody's really talking about this in an honest way. Growing a list and just having people floating in the ether of, I signed up 2 years ago and I don't even remember, for your email list, versus growing a community where people are checking for you. Two different things. Okay, so growing, just having a list, means people are opting in, they're clicking something, you got their email address, okay, cool. But building community means you're making them want to stay here, want to grow with you, want to build with you, want to lean in with you, want to show up for you consistently. Every business, again, it's very few industries that don't need this, what I'm talking about in terms of community. If you have a direct line to people who can write checks for 10 or 20 or 50 or $100,000 each, and they're not basing their decision to write that check on your customer base, because most people, even if you walk into a room to close a deal with a retailer, what they're going to do is look at your socials. They want to see how big your community is. Okay, so it's very few people who don't need to do what I'm about to say. If you're building community, that's not the same as growing your list or growing your list of followers. Okay, getting people to opt in or thumbs up is part one. Part two, the other side of that coin, is building something, creating an experience that makes them want to stay and want to keep showing up and want to tell somebody else about what you got going on. Okay, so right now, most of us are doing really good. Hopefully, you're doing better than you were before at just creating something that gets them to say, "Ooh, this is cool, thumbs up, tap, save, yay, question mark." But what we want to get is something where people want to be there. They identify themselves with, like the beehive effect. It's the idea of people like, oh yeah, no, this is my community. Like I stand for this right here because it's gonna change my life. It's gonna give me something different I can get nowhere else. You do what you want to do. Like I stand on this. The more you can build that, the less you have to worry about money going forward. I'm serious. Because it's never going to be that no one in the world does what you do. I kind of found that ground with Aquagenuity, and even then, it's like the people who have to understand that and then pay you money for that. They don't understand the fact that you do this and no one else does this. They're not educated enough to know that you're the only one. So it has to be beyond that. It can't be based on your like creativity and your like little cute thing that you do or whatever. It has to be that you create an experience where people want to and choose to show up for you, for your brand, and what you got going on. How do you build that? So it doesn't matter what ads you run, what collabs you do. You got lead magnets, you got landing pages, and all the things. But you got to have an experience. You got to have a world behind that to where they're like, yes, I love it here. I want to tell somebody about this. I need this. Like it becomes a part of who they are, their identity. Okay. That's a lot of responsibility. So let me pause and let me open the floor. Does anybody want to talk about your relationship with the people that you serve in your business? Because it's not easy. What I'm saying is not simple. I mean, it's easy. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's very direct. So somebody want to talk about like, have you ever heard anybody talk this way about your work? Is anybody struggling with this? Anybody feel like they nailed it? Anybody feel like that's too much? You don't necessarily want to make yourself that vulnerable, whatever the case may be. I'm opening the floor. Talk to me. Yes, Tracy, go.
So I want to have that. I'm thinking about Makaya, how she's been saying that I get to do this. You've been saying that language, and now it's coming out of other people's mouth. I get to do that, and I think that's the type of language that I want to use so that when I'm doing this work, I think this hustle and this struggle mentality. Excuse me if you hear noises. I'm getting the car washed. But yeah, this hustle mentality is something that we put in our heads that this means we're working hard. This means we're worthy of having riches and wealth. It's because we worked hard. So I think this concept, man, I'm tired. If you only knew, God help me, this is hard. I'm on the struggle bus type of thing. I think this is what we do to make it look like we're worthy. But I want to start changing my language around the stuff that I do for Yit Dots and this retreat and say, I get to do this. I get to live this life. And I think that's going to change a lot about how I go about talking with people and feeling, even when I'm tired, to keep moving through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's beautiful. I love that. Anybody else want to share?
I do. My this is Tish.
Hey,
Hi.
Tish.
So my thing is possibly sharing too much, right? I know we want, people do business with those they know, like, and trust, right? But then how much of your authentic self in that space should you be sharing? Of course, I'm not the, oh, this is what I'm eating for dinner. Oh, this is what I'm. But if it's related to my business, then I want to share it. But then I'm a mom, right? I'm a sister, I'm a wife, like all of those things. How much is too much? Like how much should you be putting out there for people to know who you are, or to know what your I think you used the term like what you stand for, or whatever. I've always been taught in real estate that certain conversations, certain things you don't have, right? Because you want to appeal to whoever can purchase a home. So my political stance is irrelevant, right? Those kinds of things, whether I'm Republican, independent, don't vote, like all of those things don't really matter in the scheme of things, to say, hey, I can provide you the best, real estate services for your home sale or your home purchase. So absolutely, where do you draw the line in sharing, who you are and those kind of things?
Absolutely. I think you want to think about how anything you want to share, how it relates to your ultimate audience or your target, right? So it's like, if I'm having a conversation with you and then my job is to meet you where you are, only share the things that are relevant to where people are, if that makes sense. Anything that's not relevant to where they are, you don't have to talk about. And I think that'll be a good little filter. But just, what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh my God, like things are expensive. Like things are getting crazy. Like, what do we do? Like, da da da. Like, how do I plan for, making a move or leaving my job, or, I really want to buy a home. I haven't talked about it in a while, but, I've been planning towards that. But now everything's more expensive. You can talk about that. But what you eating for dinner tonight, or
it's irrelevant.
Your sorority sister type, it's not relevant. So you share the things that are relevant to your audience. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Shout out to y'all. Everybody on the Zoom, Alfreda, Asia, Desta. I was trying to get Desta to get on the phone, but this not his time. He'll be on tonight. Latanja, Micaiah, Tish, and Tracy. Tracy, what's up? Go ahead.
Excuse me, see, I wanted to add that in what Tish was just talking about, for the fact that since I have invited my dad, he's supposed to come on Fridays, where we do a full hour of hot topics, and we have a segment called Ask Dad. With morning as it is, he comes on and he's there supporting me to let me know he's there. The conversation goes on so much, he pushes the button to be able to join the live because he has something to say. I was talking about Keke Palmer, who was saying that she was 15, and she says, what am I doing with a boyfriend who's 30? And so Dad had to say about it. So it's a great deal of things that I'm doing where getting in a space and getting comfortable with coming on the live. Like I said, I've been doing this for a whole year now with my morning show. And so just now getting comfortable with having conversations, it just seems that it's flowing. But my concern is where the people at. But then I actually have my Zest for Life Social Club and Support Group that I go on right after my morning show, and I talk on there. That's the space where I'm wanting to invite everyone as it is a curated, intimate space. Mm-hmm. So how move people to that location? And, you know, I'm still advocating for those to join me on YouTube. It takes 50 subscribers to go live. I have 37. So I'm not certain who I'm actually reaching if no one is actually willing to be in the spaces where I want to share, mm-hmm. you know, conversations with.
Absolutely. Well, join us tonight and let us even do it now. Put your YouTube subscribe link in the chat. But join us tonight at 6:00, and we're gonna lean in to make sure you get at least 50 people, so you can go live on there. But what we want to do is meet people where they are, not where you are. So, you know, all of our topics, you know, what do I want to talk about today? Like, mm-hmm. we pull that kind of out of ourselves and out of the ether. But mm-hmm. the way to do it is to have a lineup of topics and conversations that is literally exactly what people are talking about. So if it's like, you know, it's the end of the world, it's, you know, it's World War III, and this is not our business. We told y'all not to vote for these people, and I wanted 92%. And da, 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 da. What you need to do if you go live every day, or let's say you go live on Fridays or whatever, it would be about what are the 92% doing? You know, if you're above the age of 35 and you're in the 92%, let's have a conversation on Friday morning, mm-hmm. at 8:00. You know what I'm saying? Whatever people are doing currently, that is currency. So meet them where they are, the conversations they're already having. You know, what does it mean that Tip has dropped a song that's the hottest new song, but then all of his 5 children are really talented, and we didn't know that till just now. They all can rap or sing, or he got a Jimi Hendrix in there and some other people. You know, how do you raise a family of people who are, you know, kids who grow up to be great adults? You know, yeah. Join me at Friday at 8 a.m. You know, let's talk about it. Like, meet people where they are. Okay. In terms of your topics for your show. And then you're telling them, join me at this place. So you got the cadence, you got the back end, you got this community, you got this support group, you got all of that, social club. But the way to bring new people into that is anchoring it in something that they're already talking about and discussing. Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Absolutely. Anybody else want to share? Because I'm going to give y'all some time back to right now, because I'm going to be back at 6:00. We're going to be on and popping. Anybody want to share anything before I let you go? Yes, I'm letting you go. You're like, oh my God, we didn't even go an hour, because I'm coming back at 6:00. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey. I just wanted to say well, you all know I'm building Entrepreneurs for Good, and our first event was amazing and successful, and I'm planning the next one for this month. And I'm not struggling. I am trying to figure out how to, because Entrepreneurs for Good is hosted by SiteSpark Studios, my actual company. I'm trying to figure out how to create the Entrepreneur for Good community, or how to merge the two, I guess. I mean, because they're the same set of people, I believe. So I'm trying to figure out, how to, I guess, integrate Entrepreneurs for Good into it. Right now, I have my SiteSpark Studios community, and we put stuff on social to promote it, Entrepreneurs for Good. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the path that I should keep going on, or should I separate it?
I like it together.
Okay. Because that's my initial thought, is that it should be together. But they are, I guess, two different missions, if you will.
Yeah, I think that you just keep them together and use, how do you say, Entrepreneurs for Good. Use that as a way to activate people around the work that you're doing. Because basically, what you want to do is create a group. Let's imagine it this way. Imagine that you had a group of 5,000, 10,000 amazing entrepreneurs who've come together with you over an event or over, just virtually or whatever, but they're in this community. But they all know your story. They all know your narrative. They all know your value. They know what you serve, how you serve people. They know, what you actually do, your services and stuff like that. All of them now work for you. So anybody that they hear that's having this issue or this problem or going through this or talking about this or what they're gonna do is say, oh yeah, you need to talk to my girl Micaiah. So they literally are the same thing. They're not two separate things. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I was trying to figure out a way in my head to make them be together because I know they should be together.
And then also some of them will also become your clients too, because like, oh, I need this. Well, of course I'm going to do that because I'm hanging out with y'all last weekend and it was amazing. And but what can you do for me? You know what I'm saying? So between the actual in the room referrals that are going to come to you and the people that they're talking to that you would never talk to, this is how you build your many to many engine, if that makes sense.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And then to your point, Tish, I think you were talking about it, but sharing or how to know what to share about yourself. I feel like if you can find some common ground, then it's a lot easier to connect with people, if that makes sense. Like if you have something in common, it doesn't necessarily, I'm trying to think of an example. Like for me, I enjoy volunteering and giving back to the community, whether it's physically or, we're gathering up items to donate. So I'm focusing on trying to talk to people who have that same view or at least support that view. So that I know, I think it's finding a commonality is the key.
Agreed.
Because I love being social and hosting and stuff, but I feel like it's easier if there's something common. Like, do you do open houses or anything for your clients? Like something like that could help.
Tish.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a plethora, right, of real estate things that can be posted, but because of the number of real estate agents that are posting things, you primarily can kind of get lost in all of it, right? My thing was just addressing, okay, like Dahl says, we need to be posting every day.
Right.
So if I am working in it, then I have to determine what part of what I'm doing in this day is relevant to post, right? To engage with my audience. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, and I mean, the fact that I'm taking a break, I'm taking a lunch break, right? Yeah. And I'm eating, I don't know, whatever, unless for some reason that makes me the local person, like, oh, okay, she actually does live in Fayetteville, right? And she says that this particular restaurant is good, those kinds of things. But it's like, how far do you go in doing it so that you remain relevant?
Yeah, I would say everything you do or post or whatever, just keep it on brand. So right now, for example, you are home sold guaranteed. So anything that supports that narrative, do that. But also you are, you know, what you're building is you taking home buyers on a journey, getting them home buyer ready. You know, you can create a term around that, and you know, doing the work. So anything that's relevant to your end game, you
Gotcha.
post. You post. Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Go ahead,
Thank
Tracy.
you.
Hey Tracy, go ahead.
Me?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. All right. So since we're all helping Tish, let me hop in here. Tish for tat. Is that a phrase, doll? That's a thing people say. Tish for tat. Like, what is that? That means something, right?
Tit for
Welcome
tat
back to
is
Tish
the
for
word.
tat.
Okay.
Oh, tit. Okay, tit for tat. But you can change it.
That's
Tish
cute.
for tat. That's what. Welcome back from Tish to tat. Next, Tish. Home buying it has to be one of the funniest experiences because most people you deal with are really not qualified. And you don't have to be disrespectful, but you want to stand out, make it funny. Like something I saw recently in looking for a home just because a client wanted me to go walk with her. And they're no longer putting bathtubs in houses. They're just putting showers. That's a new thing with new homes. And some homeowners are probably upset. But the fact is, how many people are using their bathtub? That's a whole conversation by itself. You know, there's so many things that are funny with weird things that you've seen on an island. Like you cannot be changing your baby's diaper on an island. I don't know if that really happens, but I'm just saying home buying is probably the most funniest experience. The way they build homes, the mistakes that happen, the floods or things that people think they could do without, the type of discounts they want, like it can't get no more funnier than home buying. So that's a way to stand out.
For sure.
Thank you so much. Yep.
I love that.
I like that idea because I was just talking to somebody. We were debating about baths versus shower. So it's a thing.
I love that. I like Tish for
sure
too. I think that's really cute. But the point is, you know, find your point of view and show up consistently for your people, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to preserve all of what I want to share with you guys for 6:00 tonight, and it's fine if you missed the 6:00. There will be a replay. But you know what I'm saying? Tell me what you got going on, what you need right now. We got 10 minutes left. If nobody has anything, we're gonna get out. I'll give you your time back this afternoon because I got to get back on at 6:00. But I'm saying it's a lot of good energy flowing right now. But I can't take you no further than where you want to go with yourself on today. Anybody else want to say something? I'm looking at
Well, I don't know. Can we just share in the link? Because I don't think I'm following. I just saw someone say that they just subscribed, I believe, to the
Latanja's YouTube.
Right. Mm-hmm. So can we maybe just share each other's links in there so we can just kind of follow and support?
Yeah, go ahead and drop your links. If you got links, drop it in the chat. I see a few people streaming. You know, if you got something, put it in the chat right now. Let's do that. We'll be back at 6, like I said, to do the same in a more formal way. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to put in your email autoresponder tonight at 6:00. Anybody else want to share something, say something, ask something before we go? Look at me giving you time back. I respect your time. I respect you so much. I thank you guys for being here. And 6:00, it's finna happen. Yeah, let's get Latanja too. What you need? 50 people. Let's go ahead and get her together. We're gonna do that tonight as well.
No, she doesn't even need 50 people. She said she got 37. I think we could break the bank right here with her. She don't even need 50. She got 37.
That's all I'm saying. So
let's handle this.
Let's handle this.
It's like, wow. I have the momentum.
So we're gonna do it again tonight at 6, Latanja. So come on in and tell your story again at 6, and then we're gonna get you over that number so you can start going live on YouTube. But everybody, if you see in the chat, people have shared, and That's what community is all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we do this? Why would I show up every day if we're not going to build community? So with this energy, yep, there we go. Enough time for everybody to click. So there you go. There you go. All right. So
and I've subscribed, and I already like the topic already, because like, yeah, most of my men are like one of my boyfriends, he's 30 years older than me, actually. And I find that quite normal. But yeah, I want to hear what daddy got to say. I wasn't 15 when I started dating him. I was in my 30s. He's like 76 now. But anyways, I want to hear what daddy got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has a lot to say. Trust me.
Yeah. So we'll do this again at 6 to get you over the line. Latanja, that's what community is all about. So, okay. If all hearts and minds are clear, y'all, I'm going to see you at 6. We got to go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Continue on your journey, whatever you're working on. And we'll talk about it at 6 o'clock. Until then, we got to go. I got to go. We're out.